Hi, I'm Brian English, forum name Hyperbytes, and I'm going to continue on this image management module. And what I want to do now is to display the images that are associated with a particular page on the screen. I'm just going to show them inside this image uploader screen as we are. So we need to do a couple of things. First of all, we need to ensure that the appropriate data is loaded in, and then we're going to have to create a repeat and show that. So one of the things we need to do within our image upload is we need to make sure that at the end of that upload the appropriate data is refreshed. So I'm going to go back into that success event. The moment we send up a message saying success, we show the modal, but we also need to refresh our data that we have loaded for that particular page. So I'm going to do a load there as well, and the page content ID we can actually load from itself. We know that that currently is set to the right thing, so why not take that value out and then use that to research to refresh the data so that we pull those image names that are required in from our server action. So if we save that, we should now be able to be assured that we have the images that we want. What I need to do is just check that single page, get single page data does in fact load those images in as well. So it's get single page data. We'll have a look at that query builder. We see that it isn't actually loading the images in, so let's add that in, and then we need to add the fields, and I'm going to sort that on. No, I don't think at this stage we're not going to do that. We'll be adding a sort field in there later when we come to sorting images, but we'll leave that for the moment. So they've now updated that server action. So now if we do the upload, we should now see that the data is refreshed. Again, I'm going to go into my developers tools here so you can see what's happening. We're going to pick an image. I'm just going to clear that. I'm going to hit submit, and you'll see now that our image and now it is refreshed that. And we can see there that it is refreshed. It has pulled the right record out, and we've got our page. But now we should also have some image links here, and you can see there we've got our link images listing all of the images that we want. I would like to just go back into that table and just remove the test data that I had in there. These two images here, basically they're just in there as placeholders, so I could demonstrate how the server action worked, how the data query worked. So we close that. So now we have our data query updated. When we update it, the images are uploaded, the database is updated, the data query is refreshed, so we now have that data shown. So what we can do now is we can actually add a repeat in here. So we've got our form. After that form, I'm going to add a row, and I'm going to make that a repeat children, and our expression is going to be our single page query, data query, and we're going to go down to images, and the unique key, because it's always important to have a unique key shown, will be the image ID, and then within that I'm going to add a column, and then within that I'm going to add an image. Keep it simple, make that col1 because we only want a small column, and now what we need to do is to set that image. So we're going to go into our dynamic attributes. We're going to be going into images, our image source, and we all know that the image source that's coming back is that image link. But we need to add the path to that, and that's just so easy to do. It's uploads. See, we'll just really verify there exactly what we're doing, just so you can see for clarity. If we go into our public folder, you can see we need uploads, page images, and then the ID. So it's uploads, page images, slash, and then here we actually need to insert now the page content ID, and then we need another slash in there. And if we look at just the code view, just basically see it's uploads, page images, then we're going to have that page content ID number, that's a 1, then the slash, and then the image ID, and that should then show the images that's already uploaded in that modal. Let's see if that works. Doesn't appear it is. Let's just have a look, inspect, and just see what's wrong there. Upload images. I've missed out a slash there, if you see. There should be a slash between those page images and that 1. Easy fix. Save that again. Back into our page. Quick refresh. Open that up. And we still don't have it right. I think maybe just forgot to refresh that page. Nope. We're still missing that slash. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the code view. And that appears now that slash is definitely there. So I'm wondering whether this is just a bit of a cache issue here. Let's just do a bit of heavy refreshing. And we've still got that problem. Strangely enough, I've had this before, and I'm really not entirely sure what causes it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close all of those browser windows. And just run that again, because we can see in the code that that 1 is definitely there, but it's not coming out in the uploads there. So we seem to have a bit of a cache issue there. I'm just going to pause the video and just see if I can work out exactly what's happening there, and I will come back to you. Okay, it's just quite an interesting one. If any of the team are watching, it's important that they see this. In the panel here we see uploads, page images, slash, page content ID, slash, image link. But if actually we look in the code view, it looks like somehow they have lost sync. So if I now manually edit that in code view, and save that, then I'm hoping that will resolve the image problem. There we are. Well, we've got them, but huge, big, nowhere near fitting inside our image uploader. How on earth can we get around that? And that's actually really, really simple. All we're going to do is click responsive. And if we want to, we click thumbnail. That will just stick a nice little border around it for us as well while we're busy. So try that again now, and there we see now we have the images uploaded, so we can see what there. I just zoom in for you just so you can see. There are those images. If you want them to be different sizes, then you can, but notice this one is different size to these three, And the reason is that, of course, we're not using the cover version of the image. We're using effectively the raw image, the unsized raw image, which is really not what we want to be doing. So let's just zoom back out for the moment. What I actually need to do is change this path, because actually what we want is page images, page ID. Probably easier to do this in the picker view. We actually want to use the cover image. So I'm just going to manually type in cover there. So that will tell it to look in the cover folder and to use the image inside the cover folder. And that way you'll be able to see better now what cover does. You'll see those images are all of identical size. And that's because that cover fit action that I discussed with you, that's what it does. It makes sure that all of them are there by intelligent sizing and cropping at the same time. So now we can see, yeah, we've got our repeat. Now we can see the images that have been uploaded. If I now upload another one and submit that, go back in, we'll see that that image has appeared. And if we look at our database, view our data, we can see that these have all been added into our database as they should. So that's how we add those database entries in. So now we've got our uploads, our multi-uploads, our drop zone, we've got our image resizing, we've got our cover fits, we've got our database updates. We're now at a position where we actually start to use some of that data on a page if we want to. So look forward to seeing you in the next module.